So I was originally going to just type a response to this question right here, but there's just too much I want to say to make it clear in a typed comment, so I'm going to do this instead. Now, for the people confused in the back, this was a comment that was left on another video. I am now making a video to respond to that comment. You would be so surprised how many people are utterly confused with video response comments. They think I type this and then I'm doing a video about what I typed or something. I don't know. But this is a comment I'm now replying to. So the comment that this is referring to is a video I did talking about how the knife secondary market's getting soft and the primary market, right? Things aren't selling as well, economy's down, people aren't buying, things are becoming cheaper on the secondary market, knives are kind of sitting there, drops aren't flying, people aren't spending, that kind of thing. But I also left a comment about Strider knives in particular because they've increased their production, which has increased the amount of supply, which also is reinforcing the concept of less demand being more apparent in the Strider kind of little mini bubble. My mistake for conflating those two things, because yes, Strider has increased production. One thing you have to keep in mind though is increasing production for USA made knives in particular, it's a lagging indicator. So you put in steps to increase productions now, you're not going to see that increase for 6 months to a year. And this comes down to buying more machines, getting more supply, but getting more employees onboarded. These things take time. But regardless, Strider is kind of its own little thing because they've been operating sub-market for so long, meaning their production has been so far below demand that these sort of things don't affect them as much. And kind of like I mentioned in that original video, really all it means is Striders used to sell out in 2 minutes when they did their drops. Now, Striders are selling out in 20 minutes, but they're still selling out because they were that far below demand, which is a really good position to be in for economic downturns like this. Companies like Medford, however, is not in a good position for economic downturns like this because their model has always been to be above demand, right? The way they approach the industry is to say, if you want a Medford, you can go get a Medford. We have them available. Now, it might not be your exact model. It might not be your exact configuration, but if you want one, you can go get one. So this means they've got a huge production capacity. They have a huge overhead with employees and things like that in order to keep up with that level of demand and actually surpass that level of demand. So now that demand is falling through the floor, they probably have some business issues to take into consideration now. It could be a hard time for them. A company like Strider that's been operating below demand isn't going to face the same issues.